Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We are actually going to be repairing our UPVC window handles. These are universal ones and they're supposed to fit, but will they? Keep watching to find out. Okay, so we've got our new handles, our shiny new handles, which actually work, unlike this one, which well, typically it does now. Half the time when you press it, the button doesn't actually go in, but as you can see, typically on camera, just on cue, it's working absolutely fine, which is probably good for this particular instance. But obviously if your handle's broken, snapped off, or whatever it may be, sometimes if the hinges are gone in the window, then because the extra force you're putting onto the handle, it tends to snap off at this point here. So the window's going to be in the locked position, but the handle's going to be off altogether. If that is the case, you will need to obviously remove the screws as best you can. Sometimes with these you can actually lever it up by getting a knife blade underneath the lock and gently prising it, so allowing you access to get to the screw on the bottom. So assuming that you've got that far and you've pushed in the locking mechanism on the inside and you've got to the handle like this, all you need is probably a cross-headed screwdriver. Most of these are done in the same respect or the same way. And you've got two screws, so it's just a matter of loosening off both the screws. And if you're doing this one-handedly, try and hold on to the handle just in case it falls off. Depending on what you've got below, you could have something which could be damaged. Obviously, if not, just put a towel down or something to protect the floor or the window sill. So that is the old handle removed. Like I say, it's just two simple screws. These are cross-headed. You may have hex bolts or something. Why, if you have, it's probably going to be useful if you've got like one of these kits which has got a selection of screws, and a ratchet screwdriver can make life a little bit easier. But what you want to take into consideration now is how long this shaft is here. Now there's various versions of these available. This is a universal one that I've picked up, which I believe is a 40mm, but they do in 30s, 25s, 15s and all sorts. So if you take yours out and the shaft is actually a little bit shorter, all you need to do is to get a marker pen, and then just get a hacksaw or junior hacksaw and just cut off the excess so that it's not too long to go into the aperture. So next part of it. First of all, you can clean up the area if you want to. I've already cleaned this up a little bit already. And actually, if you're looking for a really good glass cleaner, this one's really good. This is actually for cars, a Sonax glass cleaner. But I find I use it around the house probably more than I do the car actually. And it's also good for camera lenses. So we've got our new handle and we're happy that the shaft length is it's approximately the same. It's not a great deal in it. So that's going to be absolutely fine. And what you can do first of all is do a quick test fit. Yeah, that fits and that's nice and flush. So what we want to do is, because the window is in the open position, you want to press in the lock mechanism. Now you may need to use the key for this if it's locked out of the box. So just put your key in and turn it to 90 degrees so it's in the same open position as the window. And then gently put that in, and then you can start putting your screws back in. Like I said, at this point a power screwdriver or a ratchet screwdriver might be very useful. Although mine's still in the box, so it's not that useful. So before you do these up fully tight, you can pull the window closed, turn the handle to make sure that everything works. Yeah, that's much better. Much less play. So in order to do those screws up tightly, obviously it has to be in the open position. So if you're happy that it's installed correctly, you can give it its last few turns just to make sure it's nice and snug. Holding the handle actually with your other hand whilst you're doing it can be a little bit useful. You don't have to over tighten them, as long as it's nice and snug and you've got no wobble. So the last thing to do is there's a little coating or protective cap which goes on, which fits in, and these things never go in very easily. And chances are you'll probably find yourself spending more time on this little thing than the rest of the job. See, I was exactly right. Sometimes you might need to give it a little bit of help. There we go. So that's in there nice and solidly, and also acts as a slightly anti-theft measure or anti-break-in type of thing. So the only way really to take this lock off, if someone, say for instance, smashed the window and they want to open the actual glazing unit itself, they would actually probably have to drill that out or force it out, whereas probably it's really easier to rip the lock off. But essentially that just makes it a little bit harder to get that cap off, to get the screw out. That one's going to be covered anyway by the handle, so should be all good. So there we go, that is the Cheapo Amazon window UPVC window lock. If you liked it, give the video a like and all that kind of stuff. Leave any comments you want in the section below. I will say straight off, I am by no means a DIY expert, handyman or anything like that, so if there's anything that I've done here which you disagree with or you think I've done wrong, feel free to let me know in the comment section and I'll be glad to know, and I'm sure that some of you will be glad to get it off your chest. So this has been the cheapy Amazon DIY lock set. I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll see you in the very next video and the comment section. Thanks for watching.